Garden, or the orchard rather, and found this cute little guy. We usually have orange newts out here, and a cute little fella. So get him out of harm's way and get back to work. Alright, I'm going to try and pull some stumps today. Now, I only have a half-ton pickup. With a 6-cylinder, it's not heavy enough or strong enough to pull a stump of this size. That's probably a 14 to 16 inch tree at the base. So what I've been doing is using a pickaxe and kind of cleaning out in and amongst the roots. And I've done that on all the stuff that's easy to access, including this log up here. This one I've already been working on quite a bit. This is where the groundhog hole was on 4th of July. I'd have to check the footage to see exactly where it was, but it's long gone now. It's probably not too happy with me. But actually what I'm standing next to is actually some of the roots I've already pulled out this way. So I'm just going to keep yanking roots all the way around the tree until the stump is loose enough I can actually get it out with the truck. So I'll show you a bit of that process in a few minutes. Here with the tools of the trade. This is a big old J-hook. It's actually used for wreckers, so they can retrieve vehicles out of ditches and stuff. I believe it's designed to hook around axles and stuff so you can pull a car out. But yeah, that and a big heavy chain, and we tie it up to the truck and yank and yank and yank. And you can get an idea of how much work it is, as I've only been doing this a little bit and I'm already starting to oval out that eye pretty well. So yeah, you either use the J-hook if I can barely get something around it, or if I can get a good wrap, I actually wrap it with chain so it'll pull the root out of the ground. Which is great because it breaks the earth and pops a lot of rocks loose, and it just makes my whole job a whole lot easier as I continue on manually afterwards. So let me rig all this up so you guys can check this out. It's pretty silly. Alright, here's my first hook on this stump. As you can see, I didn't grab one of the biggest roots to start with. I start small and work my way up. Like I said, every time you pull one root out, the ground breaks up and it's easier to pull the next and the next. So start small. I put this one kind of in the back. I'm hoping that maybe on the way by it'll snag some of the roots in front of it and maybe get more than one at the first pull, but we'll see. So I'm going to put the camera on the tripod, hopefully far enough back that it's out of harm's way, and catch this in action. I'm actually kind of curious to see this myself because I'm always up in the truck. You can see it got hung up on that last big root, which is what I was saying. The big roots are really hard to pull at first, but you can see it did smash through, and it did catch a couple extras on the way by like I was hoping. So now I'm going to get another pick in there and try it again. Alright, here we go with round 2 with a second pick. Well, that did a little more damage. Let me keep grabbing stuff and keep breaking. Here we go for the third pull. This next root was underneath the one I just snapped off. Well, my personal motto is if I can't break it in 3 snaps, come back and see what's going on. And well, now I see why I hooked that big huge root again. So I'll grab another spot and keep yanking. I'm wrapped around a cluster of 3 roots, the 3 that I just got finished breaking off. Unfortunately, they're going to run under my wall, so let me turn the camera. We'll see how bad my wall comes apart. But I know it's going to happen, so I'm at peace with it. So let's give it a try. it definitely did break a big chunk out. These roots are, I think these trees got cut 2 years ago, so they're pretty dry. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep picking at it like this, and till I'm done. I'll give you a little view of the pickup truck, maybe. This is a pretty jolting experience as a driver. Of course, I take it easy. Dead stop looks like in the truck. I was trying to break a small root. Let me show you. In the back. And it did. It pulled it right off, but then it pulled forward and hit this big honking one. But look, I'm doing damage to it. So, a good chance that if I reset the hook, maybe, oh, it's actually broken off already. Oh, well, that's great. I'll be able to snap that thing off, just get it out of my way. But yeah, this is what I was pulling, and when I hit the inside pocket of the stump, I just got totally stuck. So I'll try another pick and a couple more pulls so you guys can laugh at my truck jumping off the ground. And beat on my little truck again. I wouldn't recommend this with your daily driver. Out here we can have agricultural vehicles, and they're usually pretty shabby. They're used to go pick up chicken feed, go to the dump. You know, just typical around the farm chores. So this is a 96, and it's nearing the end of its life anyways, so I am beating it pretty hard. So don't do this in your brand new Silverado necessarily. But anyways, here we go for another pull. As you can see from that, after a couple of rounds of pulling, my truck has actually hopped a few feet over to the side, so now I have to disconnect the chain and move the truck back over. But this is generally how I remove stumps, or, well, I haven't done many this way. I'm just getting really started on my process, but I have pulled some smaller ones this way, and it worked really well. So I'm going to keep picking at this. Maybe I'll give one more shot at the coup de grace whenever I pull this thing out of the ground. But wish me luck. A little fun fact for everybody. When I got this truck, there's never been a pin in this hitch. This thing is just absolutely rusted in place, and I've been doing all this pulling without a pin. So I think this actually might make a good companion video. I saw a shootout, and Liquid Wrench was rated one of the best penetrants by a website I was looking at. So someday maybe I'll squirt this with Liquid Wrench and see if it actually pops out while I'm doing this stuff. Then I can actually get rid of this ball and get a hook, which would be a lot easier to use with the chain or a ring. But anyways, I just thought that was kind of fun, how strong rust really is. And it looks like I spoke a little too soon. No Liquid Wrench test required. A little bit of yanking, and then this thing popped out finally. I thought about giving it a grind and putting it back in, but I'm kind of worried about it getting stuck again. I really don't want to have it in there, and as you can see, I've bent it pretty heavily by wrapping a chain around it. So I just ordered a D-ring receiver and a couple of new pins. So my stump pulling is going to take a break for a day or two while I wait for that stuff to come in, and we'll be back at it. But I made great progress today.